Hi everybody, it's Coach Sassy here, and I am excited about kicking off our next 21-day fix nutrition group. So some of you may be brand new to the 21-day fix, and some of you may be doing a redo. You may have already done the fix, you need a fresh start, you actually just like to do another round of this. That's why this program is so effective, because you can continually stay on it and just keep adjusting your containers to fit your current needs. So I just wanted to touch base with you today about a couple highlights of how our group is going to work. The first thing I need you to do is make sure that you've read your instruction book. If you're using the 21-day fix, that you've taken time to go through the book to find out on page 4 what your caloric intake should be for the day. And then on page 19, it gives you that breakdown of how many containers you get per day for each of those food groups. Now, I know there are going to be some questions. Please post the questions to our board, or you can email me privately anytime, and I'll do my best to try to answer them for you, because I know for some of you this is a new way of eating, using these containers. And at first you might think, I just don't know how to make this work. So hopefully we're going to be able to shed some light on that for you. If you're using a different program right now, perhaps you're deciding that you're in this group because you want to learn more about clean eating and you're drinking Shakeology every day because you love it, then I want you to refer to the program guide that came with your workout program. Every program that we have from Beachbody has a nutrition guide. So if you're still doing PiYo, and you're in this group for the second chance, you might want to take a peek at the PiYo eating plan. It's similar to the 21-day fix, but we don't have those great little containers. So just make sure you take a peek. The next thing I want you to really focus on for just 3 weeks is the habit of journaling your food. Now, what I needed to do for the 21-day fix when I first started was actually write out the meals I was eating per day and try to figure out what containers equaled what food. And then, only then, could I tally it on my charts to see what I had left for later in the day. And that's what I like about the fix, is by the end of the day, you can see how many containers you have left, what kind of snack you can have in the evening, because you're still owed perhaps a fruit and a vegetable, and maybe even a yellow. That's the most exciting one, isn't it? The yellow container. Let's talk about clean eating for 1 second. Many of you want to know more about eating healthy. And eating healthy is definitely an art, and it takes a lot of practice to make it become a habit. Now, I've been doing it for so long now that it's hard for me to remember what I really did used to eat when I ate badly. Meaning, when you're eating clean, I want you to think about eating foods in their most unprocessed form. The less preparation it takes for you to eat it, the better. So we're looking for ingredients that have less than maybe 1 or 2 steps to have to prepare it, right? That they don't come in a box and with lots of funny powders that you add water to make them saucy and things like that. I'm just thinking about all the processed foods I used to eat, like Cheeseburger Helper and things out of cans. I just can't even imagine eating something like that now. So really, it's going to be, at first for you perhaps, not so much about making these complicated recipes that have all these different ingredients in them and trying to figure out how they fit into your containers. Keep that simple and eat things as their individual portions. Meaning for dinner, it's a lot easier for me to be able to track my chicken, my brown rice, and my vegetables as 3 separate containers instead of trying to figure out some kind of vegetable stir fry and figure out how many containers that all equals. Or a fancy chicken enchilada casserole, or a lasagna, or something like that, where you're trying to figure out all those containers separately. Try to keep it simple for yourself and eat those portions separately. Almost if you had a divided plate and you had your protein and your starch, which might be your yellow, and your green vegetable, all separate. It'll be a lot easier to track that way. Other things I want you to know: when you start to eat clean, you're going to notice that you might be a little headachy in the beginning as your body's detoxing all of the yucky processed stuff that you have been eating. And you might find that when you go back to eating some of that stuff, you get really, really sick feeling. And that's a good sign. It shows that your body is adjusting to eating more healthy. But it isn't fun to be sick when you're eating foods that you used to like. So all of a sudden those foods don't taste as appealing as they used to, or the effects of them are not worth some of the distress that you're going to feel a little bit later after you eat it. I could go on talking about nutrition for days and days and days. And actually I want to do that for 21 days with you. The more you participate in our group, the more fun we're going to have. This is a place for us to openly share troubles and trials and mistakes and mess ups and forgive ourselves for that and keep going forward. And I can't tell you how many of my clients have told me how helpful that is to getting them to stick to this plan. Because in the past, when they had a big screw up, they just said, hell with it, and gave up. And weeks went by before they tried to get themselves back on track, or they tried the next best thing. That's not what life is. We're going to have those days where we don't eat as perfect as other days. That's okay, as long as we make sure that we celebrate the occasions that we're eating those special foods for. Maybe it's something special and you look forward to it, knowing the next day you're not going to eat that way anymore. This is a decision that you can make right now. You're going to tell yourself, I can do this. It's 3 weeks. That's it. 3 weeks of eating very healthy, nutritious foods. And I want you to talk about with the group how you're feeling. If you're feeling more energy, if you're sleeping better, if Shakeology is really helping your digestion and giving you energy for your workouts, I want to hear about all of that. And so do your teammates, because that's how we support each other. So please, if you have decided to be in this group with me this time around, I really want you to not creep. I want you to participate, because I need to know what I can be doing better to help you, and I won't know that if I don't hear from you. So welcome to the next 21 days. I'm going to put up some documents in the files right now so that you have a little bit of reading to do if you have never seen these before. Some of you may have seen them in other groups of mine, and guess what? Read them again. The more you read it, the more it's going to sink into you, and you're going to want this. You're going to want to eat healthy because you're going to want to see the results when you work out. Did you know that there is a body beauty formula that says 80% of our results we get from nutrition, not from exercise? I could be in the gym 6 hours, and if I'm eating like crap, I'm never going to see those results because I'm not fueling my body right for the right repair, the right restructuring, the right energy, any of that. But if you eat right, 80% of your results come from your food, and 10% come from your exercise. And the other 10 comes from genetics, and sometimes we just can't do anything about that. But you can do your best to fight it, right? So we're going to have a great 21 days. I will see you on the page. That's the Hannah Dynamic. I'll see you next time.